The problem with her is she was very catty with it. I never had a problem with her.
Lied on your dead mama, on your dead mama, lied on your dead mama, lied on your dead mama, lied on your dead mama.
And I worked my ass off to get that fucking position, and it was ripped away from me.
Like, there's going to be those individuals that are just dying for June 15th to get here so they could say, oh, it's not a classic, and it's not, he's not the next superstar. Who's next?
Can someone please tell Drake to just give it up? It's almost 2025. I do not want to still be talking about this. Yesterday, Drake filed a lawsuit against Kendrick Lamar and his label. Within it, he claims that the reason he lost the rap battle is because UMG, Kendrick's label, was faking his streams. Drake, we do not care about the streams. You just got cooked.
For money, everybody acting like they knew you. Go uptown, New York City, bitch. Some
Spanish girls love me like I'm out with Buddha. Tell Uncle Luke I'm out in Miami too. Clubbing hard, fucking women, they ain't much to do.
Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Twilight. Today we're going to be taking a deep dive look into the rise and rant of Young Money Records.
Put some respect on it. I'm saying my name, put some respect on it. I ain't gonna say it no more.
We're going to determine if they are still a subsidiary of Cash Money Records or are they a subsidiary of Crash Money Records.
Play with somebody else, motherfucking family. And that goes for all of y'all. Because y'all thought that for some reason, because I wasn't speaking on anything, y'all thought that y'all could keep using it as a drag, as a diss.
So let's take a trip back to 2015 at the MTV Video Music Awards. A night filled with music, glamour, and honey drama. It all started when Nicki Minaj took to Twitter to call out the lack of diversity in nominations. She expressed frustrations that her video for Anaconda wasn't recognized for Best Female Video, suggesting that slim bodies are celebrated more in the industry. Her tweet said, "If your video celebrates women with very slim bodies, you will be nominated for Video of the Year." A Miss Taylor Swift saw the tweet and, well, let's just say she was none too happy. And she took the tweet quite personally. So instead of addressing the issue of race or representation that Nicki raised, Taylor interpreted the message as a dig at her and responded with, "I've done nothing but love and support you. It's unlike you to pit women against each other, Nicki. However, Nicki was not coming for Taylor, and Taylor had it all wrong." The tea gets hotter still. Now, this led to a social media storm with varying different opinions, honey. Everybody was weighing in. Even Pierce Morgan decided to weigh in, calling Nicki a whiny brat. However, the general consensus was many were calling Taylor Swift out for not understanding the intersectionality of feminism, the idea that race, body image, and gender intersect in ways that impact different groups of women uniquely. So basically, under the pressure of the backlash, Taylor eventually apologized on Twitter, admitting she misunderstood Nicki's point. However, the drama did not stop there, honey. So, Miss Miley Cyrus at the time was doing her big one in the hip-hop arena, and she decided that it was only right that she weigh in during an interview with the New York Times, criticizing Nicki for being not too kind, which I take that as code for being too sensitive, and suggesting her statements were not constructive. So here is how Nicki decided to address Miley Cyrus at the 2015 VMAs.
Back to this bitch that had a lot to say about me the other day in the press. Miley, what's good?
Hey, we're all in this industry. We all do interviews, and we all know how they manipulate shit. Nicki, congratulations. And just because the VMAs have already started doesn't mean that the voting is done.
Ooh-wee. Nicki came right for Miley's head top. Pow, pow, pow. Now the audience and the internet were left in shock, cementing this moment as one of the most talked about VMAs in history. What made it so impactful was that Nicki wasn't just addressing individuals. She was forcing a conversation about race, privilege, and entertainment industry biases. A conversation that honestly is still relevant today. But I would like to point out the comment that Piers Morgan made that kind of got brushed aside. He called Nicki whiny, and at the time, I would definitely agree that this would appear tone deaf and totally out of touch. But would we actually say that comment is tone deaf now, given what we know about Nicki Minaj's antics? I guess you could say 2015 was really Nicki's glow up era, because back then also she got into a deal with Jay-Z in 2015 when he launched Tidal. Now the whole thing about Tidal is they were promising to revolutionize music for artists. Nicki jumped on board as a part owner, so she had equity in the company, alongside Beyonce and Rihanna. You know that boy Jay-Z always keep him a harem, okay? Now, surprise, surprise, it wasn't all smooth sailing. Tidal was slammed for catering to rich celebs, and Nicki felt her projects weren't getting the love that Jay-Z and Beyonce's were. However, Nicki did definitely combat the criticism against Tidal, and obviously so, because she had stake in the company. Now, fast forward to the sale drama. Honey, this tea is hot. So Steve Stout accuses Nicki of leaving millions on the table by not signing paperwork when Tidal was being sold.
I'm not here to defend anybody. I really don't like when people who open up doors as black people get shitted on publicly like that. I just don't like it. I think in that case, what Nicki did was wrong. To bring up Tidal, his streaming company, that he gave you equity in, that you didn't sign the fucking paperwork, and that's the reason why you left millions of dollars on the table. That man didn't do nothing to you. To be talking about somebody who's putting, whether it be Kendrick or Wayne or Drake or Usher, he's putting them on the biggest stage.
Now, but of course, in true Nicki Minaj fashion, she drugged Steve Stout and Jay-Z for filth, honey. Woo! So Nicki first tweets, "I received a call advising Tidal was sold and they made no money on the deal, so all they could offer me was $1 million. But wait, there's more." She goes on to say the lawyer advised that Deseret, ooh Lord, she cannot stand Desiree Perez, advised him that I had to sign the agreement in 24 hours if I wanted the $1 million or the offer was off the table. Oh, but she wasn't done yet. She's about to get all up in Steve Stout's behind. She says every day a new man pushing 60 years of age gets fingered in the pussy been made to come on the internet and lie on me. God is in control. Bookmark this. I'd advise y'all never to mention my name again.
Hi y'all. So we came. And so y'all been telling me to drive the boat, and I'm not.
She thinks she's not gonna drive the boat.
No,
that's the thing.
I'm really not. So Meg, tell them where we are and what we doing.
First of all, let's get back on the topic of Nicki thinks she's not about to finish drive the boat. We're gonna hashtag make Nicki drive the boat 2019.
I'm really not.
That's what we're gonna do.
So first you gotta start by driving the boat.
So in 2019, Nicki and Megan were basically besties, or at the very least, good collaborators and colleagues. You know what I mean? And they had this song together called Hot Girl Summer. But things quickly turned a tide for the worse, because in 2020, when Meg did WAP, the song WAP with Cardi B, it was rumored that Nicki felt shaded by this, mainly because Cardi B tried to attack Nicki at the Harper's Bazaar Icon party in 2018. And the industry was at Nicki's neck, trying to knock her off the #1 spot for some time now. And apparently they were trying to recruit female rappers to come at her neck and take her down. Even Remy Ma on Sheether alluded to that. Then out of nowhere in 2021, Nicki Minaj unfollows Meg, and fans took that as a sign of bad blood. No Taylor Swift. Now in 2022, Nicki implied on Queen Radio Meg told her to drink in order to terminate her possible pregnancy with her now husband.
Let me tell you the kind of woman this is, and I didn't know of this. You understand? I never experienced it. I never knew you could tell a woman you're so in love, you're trying to conceive a baby, and she would look at you and you see, I saw the true evil demonic serpent in her.
And later that year, Megan Thee Stallion dropped the hit Hiss, where she rapped the line, "These hoes don't be mad at Megan, these hoes mad at Megan's law," which was obviously interpreted as shots towards her husband, Kenneth Petty, who is a registered sex offender because of a case where he was convicted when he was 16 years old. And the crash out begins.
Talking about she want to slap her, she should have slapped her mama. Bitch. But, yup, it don't matter. Listen, baby, you can make as many motherfucking fake pages as you want to. You the one that lied on your dead mama. On your dead mama, lied 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 on your dead mama. Bitch took lying to her dead to a new level, bitch. But every one of y'all, bloggers, YouTubers, all of y'all, let me tell y'all something. What my pen don't catch, the universe will.
Like, it's getting ugly. It's King Asante, and let's talk about it. Nicki posted this long tweet basically talking about her accomplishments, talking about Pink Friday 2, Platinum, all these songs gold, platinum, talking about how many shows that she sold out. Then says, if your last 5 to 10 releases flop, the internet checks don't clear outside in the real life. If all the paid blogs and paid tweets equal flop after flop after flop album. Said, did y'all run up that Barbie World song they tried? It's bubbling under this week video and all, and didn't crack the Hot 100. It's a pub. They losing so much money with BF, ain't generate not 1 penny of a profit, and claim she went to college but can't read her contract. Another manipulation so she can kick people to the curb after they helped her. Did y'all run up her Color Purple song? Nope. Huge MMA performance? Flop. Answered saying horrible actor that can't cry on cue, pathological and manipulative liar. Like, she's coming at her so hard, I'm gagged.
Miss Nicki Minaj was merciless in her responses to Megan Thee Stallion, to the point where the internet kind of got tired of her because she was ranting on Instagram, to Twitter, also to making that song Bigfoot, which didn't really chart, and it was just giving obsessed. And I think that's where she lost the battle there. But nonetheless, if you are confused about whether Miss Nicki Minaj is a crash out queen, let's listen to what the legend Lil Kim has to say about her and her feud when Nicki was just coming into the rap game.
The problem with her is she was very catty with it. I never had a problem with her. I was always nice with her, always. She was a very obnoxious person, but I was always nice with her. From the time I saw her in that dressing room, the story she told, I don't even know what the heck she was talking about. Like, that's not even how it happened. But from the moment that I met her, I was always cool with her. But after that, it almost seems like when they realized, okay, we need Kim, we want to study her swag. That's what it kind of felt like, because I was around for a long time, and they're like, okay, let's study her swag, and and I think they wanted to get that record, want me to stand beside her, which is stupid.
But it sounds like a Young Money Cash Money thing. Like, they did that, not necessarily.
No, but
Nicki.
you got to understand something. She was always throwing shots. I don't know what you're talking about.
I've never heard it.
You need, because you're not trying.
I used to hear her pay homage, like she said. She used to say, "I love Kim, I love Foxy."
You're not trying to do your homework.
Dun 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 dun. Now, truthfully speaking, there really isn't enough hours in the day to cover all of Law and Order Drake's issues and grievances and passive aggressive crash outs. I did a video a couple of months ago kind of going over the biggest crash out that he has revealed to us. If we put together the pieces of the puzzle, and those crash outs are the crash outs with himself. So you can check that video out. It's right here on the screen. But what I want to focus on is two intertwining situations that leads us to the real crash out that's happening in real time with Drake.
Drake? Drake? The nigga that got bodied by Pusha T?
So I want to talk about XXXTentacion, that situation, and his petition for discovery with his label, UMG. Okay, so boom. Here is what happened with Drake and XXXTentacion. In 2017, XXXTentacion accused Drake of copying his flow from the song Look at Me. At the time, XX was an extremely popular SoundCloud rapper breaking into the mainstream. Apparently, Drake supposedly reached out to a DJ that XX knew and was supposed to go ahead and reach out to XX's manager to work with him because he said that he liked his flow. Well, unfortunately, that did not happen. And then Drake released the song KMT. And this sparked accusations from XX that he was a culture vulture. And Drake denied the claim, suggesting the similarities were coincidental. But y'all let me know what y'all think.
Hey, I bitch, you was your mess. Hey, can't keep my dick in my pants. Demon just got out of can. I gave my bro an advance.
I think it's cap. I think Drake totally gaslit the boy. And Drake actually went on to a interview to totally dismiss the claims of him biting XX's style, but from what we know about Drake now, yes, he does definitely siphon from newer artists and kind of just like takes their flow, takes part of their audience, and then discards them from what I see. But you know, hey, Drake had a different point of view, and I believe that Drake being a gaslighter totally infuriated XXXTentacion, and it also gave him an opportunity to really pretty much chase the spotlight. But in my opinion, X is very talented, and his unique sound would have definitely made a huge impact in the industry. The feud, which seemed kind of one-sided, escalated on social media with XX pretty much posting and on Drake's head top constantly. And he eventually ended up posting a now deleted Instagram post that said, "If anyone tries to kill me, it was Champagne Poppy." Though he later said that his account was hacked, and this led to conspiracy theories after XXXTentacion's murder in 2018.
Before X died, he said, "If anybody kills me, it's Drake." And do you think that for one moment, here today, days after the event, he's killed by two masked men, right? He came out on social media and said, "Guys, before he dies, if anybody kills me, it's Drake." Do you think in that time span that they went and they addressed him, they talked to him?
Alleging potential involvement by Drake, despite no evidence really supporting this. Though Drake was accused of referencing Tentacion in several tracks.
Was involved with XXXTentacion's death, and fans think Drake dissed X on his new album, Her Loss, with the line, "Damn, maybe I should break that 20, do a 10. Maybe I should break that 10, do a 5. Then if it gets live, do a 5 again. Break a 20 and get 2 10s. Then add 2 5s to get another 10. Now you've got 3 10s, which is XXX in Roman numerals." Drake was being real low-key with this bar, but the next one in the song has fans going crazy. He said if he held his tongue on that live, he'd be alive again. Before he died, X had a wild beef with Drake, where he took shots at his crew, accused him of jacking his flow, and even said he wanted to hook up with Drake's mom on IG Live. And that's...
So, with all of the subs that Drake was throwing about XX in his music, Drake effectively went from that guy who was the sad, "Oh, I need a woman" kind of guy, which if you look at my last video that I posted on the screen, here I'll post right here, he really despised that he was perceived that way. And he truly wanted to be seen as a gangster. I don't know why, because gangster things have gangster consequences. That being said, he was the guy now. He could effectively change over from his sad lyrics to
bring them jokes up to the game, we get to really flopping. Or send a finger to your mama in some FedEx boxes.
And now that he's changed over to that particular type of guy, he's the man now, right? Doing songs with Lil Durk, YG, 21 Savage. He that dude right now. He's tearing holes in his budget at UMG. Drake felt invincible. So maybe even for a little while, it definitely would appear that Drake was invincible, being able to skip over depositions and many other allegations at that. So all was good in Tinseltown. That is, of course, until Kendrick Lamar entered the chat. Or should I say, Kung Fu Kitty. Now I'm going to go ahead and go over the series of events that led to the fever pitch of the crash out, one of the most widely publicized crash outs that we have seen year to date. On March 22nd, 2024, Kendrick was featured in Like That, where he dismissed the dominance of Drake and J. Cole, calling himself the sole big artist deserving attention. Y'all know the line. I ain't gotta say it. And And then in April of 2024, Drake dropped Push Ups. And he was egging Kendrick on to drop. And, you know, the internet was mocking Kendrick. The internet was teasing Kendrick. Drake was doing his big one. He was feeling himself. And he's feeling this. On April 19th of 2024, Drake drops Tailor Made Freestyle. And, you know, I didn't like it, but somebody liked it. And in this, he used the AI vocals of Snoop and Tupac. First of all, never use Tupac's vocals again, but that goes without saying. Then in April of 2024, towards the end of April, Kendrick hit him with a pop, little something to let him know that he's there, but don't play with him. So he dropped Euphoria. Then in May, Kendrick dropped 616 in LA. Now Drake then followed this up with the nuclear bomb, quote unquote, Family Matters.
In this song, you shouldn't start by saying, "Nigga, I said it, I know that you mad."
May 3rd of 2024, using the van from Good Kid, Bad City, or thinking he was using the van, and showing him crushing it, and he's basically taking shots at Pharrell and wearing his chain and etc., just doing way too much, you know, typical Drake spiteful behavior. So he thought he'd won, and it was all good until May 4th of 2024, with Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. Went crazy viral, mega hit. It also accused Drake of being a PDF file and a colonizer. So that is the timeline. Now, you will note that Drake came back with a little old sorry response of him sounding so tired and defeated and exhausted, called The Hard Part 6. And it sounded like old Drake. It didn't sound like any writers were involved, any acting coaches was involved. It sounded like straight up October's own mixtape Drake. And it, you know, lyrically it was good, but it had some technical issues, some things about it that were contradictory. One of the things I want to point out, and this is going to become important later, is that Drake specifically said that he fed Kendrick the information. The PDF allegations, he fed Kendrick the information. Fast forward the tape till now, and now Drake is taking legal action against UMG because of the damage that Not Like Us has done. And he believes that UMG artificially inflated the numbers, used bots to boost streams, and made it an all-time mega hit and cultural phenomenon, which now is messing with Drake's money, ability to negotiate, and ability to have leverage in the game like he is used to. But wait a minute, Drake, didn't you feed him the information? And what's even more damning in the lawsuit is he is saying that UMG did not protect him. Excuse me, not a lawsuit, petition. He's saying that UMG did not protect him. How they gonna protect you if you fed him the information, Drizzy Drake? Make it make sense.
While there is no round 2 when it comes to the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef, there is certainly another chapter to the latter's changing relationship with the music industry. Now, it's in the form of a legal petition accusing Universal Music Group and Spotify of illegally and artificially boosting the sales numbers of Not Like Us through payola practices and botting. It's obviously been an incredibly controversial move in hip-hop discourse, and also an ominously unprecedented choice that left many fans wondering what could happen next. DJ Academics is quite skeptical of this.
The mighty have fallen. Crash Money Records taking over for the 2 4s and the 2 5s. Woo! It's a wrap. But you know, I just got one final thing to say. While we've looked at Nicki Minaj scrambling for recognition and to be pretty much pedestalized. And in some cases, she had some valid points with regard to racism and intersectionality. But in other cases, she was just a crash out queen. We've seen Drake crash out multiple times about not having friends, nobody liking him, everybody using him. And it's been revealed that he is one of the biggest users himself, where he goes on and messes around with other people's girlfriends, disrespects other people's family, and then gets mad and wants to start the process of suing when he doesn't win at his own game, when he gets beat at his own game. So it's given sore loser, and he's gonna try to take the industry down before he goes down himself. So it's not a good look for him at all. But aside from that, I've always seen Wayne keep calm, cool, and collected. But now it looks like Lil Wayne himself caught the Crash Money Records disease. He didn't caught the Crash Money Records disease.
Y'all finished or y'all done? I ain't got no more talking. Let's rock.
Man, what about on my notes?
That moment I said to myself, I want to be on stage for the Super Bowl one day in front of my mom. And I worked my ass off to get that fucking position, and it was ripped away from me. But this motherfucking moment right here.
So that's my hot take on all of these debacles. And YMCMB, once a loved and revered label of talented artists, is now showcasing insecurities, lack of flexibility, lack of self-awareness. And now we're seeing the true decline of YMCMB, formerly known as YMCMB, now YMCM Babies, of Crash Money, a division of Crash Money Records. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Thanks for watching.